7.
Got
Part 2 of motherfucking Caspers Cauldron. Still got motherfucking Danny Cali in the building. Yo, this dude did a whole fit change. He did a whole fit change.
I like that.
I had to, man. I had to. I gotta stand out. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that shit. You know, I was just talking about doing a comfy episode where I wear a robe.
A robe?
Yo, I got
just a robe, nothing underneath, just a robe.
I mean, that's all to the imagination. You can only see so much.
Have you ever been, Danny? Have you ever been to that studio, Liam's studio on Main Street, right next to like Del Fiore's?
Nah, but I know, homie. I never have been. But yeah,
I recorded my first podcast there, and just in the studio, I had him put the mic up, and we went for like 2.5 hours. I'm about to go in that direction as to it, and you're local too, bro. If you're available, I'd pull you up to the school, bro. If it interests you to like sit down with some physicist and have him talk about his shit and just fucking learn, expand the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
So I support everybody. You know what I mean? Especially my people. You know, even if they don't support back, that don't bother me. That never has bothered me. Huh?
Well, share your shit to leave stains on my Facebook.
Yo, on top of that, bro, me going to school, I'm going to use that school outlet for my people too that don't even go to school, bro, because they have like a whole bunch of things that they need people that like I'm going to get myself involved that I could do like have a show, have people from Patchogue, have people from like Long Island represent Suffolk County with a little rap show and shit. You know what I mean? Different musicians, because Long Island's talented and shit.
Yeah, but you know the problem with that is that Long Island got hella talent, but everybody wants to be that one artist from Long Island, and it can't be like that. Long Island is too big for it to be that one rapper. You know what I mean?
So I heard there's more people in Long Island than some of the boroughs.
Listen, Long Island rappers, there's too much people hating on each other.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you know, like we need like a Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bringing a tear to my eyes.
Even if look at Rakim. Rakim is from the island. You know what I mean? From Wyandanch. Even Prodigy, Bismarck. Yeah.
Rest in peace, yo.
Both of them.
All those artists I mentioned are from the island, and they, you know, and still they don't get enough. Long Island doesn't get the props it deserves. You know what I'm saying? So I think it needs to be more than just one artist from Long Island, and it has to be a unity. You know what I mean?
Like, power team.
Because if you're talking about the city, they look at us like we're Hicks. You know what I mean? Like,
but yeah, yo, I used to argue with motherfuckers up north about this shit. Like Queens and Brooklyn dudes, I used to be like,
part of Long Island.
Y'all part of a Long Island too. You don't take no bridge, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Queens and Brooklyn, Long Island, but they don't look at it like that, you know.
Yo, but nowadays it's
and you know why they don't look at it like that? Because when you're in Brooklyn, it's not Long Island. It don't look like Long Island.
Yeah,
you know, it's
completely different.
You can't blame.
Yo, I get that.
But yeah, we do need unity, and man, I've tried. If you do, like, you know, people that know me, people that I've worked with, people in the studio, they know I'm all about that. I try to bring rappers together, and put them on records together, have them in the same session. But like again, like I said, nobody wants to really be on board with that. So it's really,
you know what it is? I feel like, in my opinion, is that I feel like people, they just want to shoot to the fucking stratosphere off the rip, and it's impossible. Without doing the legwork, without having the gas in your tank, you ain't fucking going nowhere.
On top of that,
they're gonna wait till you got 1 million viewers or whatever, and then everybody wants to jump on, and then fucking jump in. Then they put in the effort.
And you know what? Like, I feel like it's just better for the artists if they do work with everybody else out there, because then then they get the respect of their peers, right? Like, there's people that do that, and they tend to gravitate a little bit better. Like I said last week, that dude Mouth is dope. Link is somebody that wants to see everybody win. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Link.
For sure. He's got some heat out there, for sure. I don't know him personally, but I listen to him.
And then there's like, there's dudes that are just really, really dope. But
Lyndon taking no houses.
Him. fucking Ra's son. Ra's son is one of my favorite
You know,
rappers.
Mozart.
Look,
Yo, people
Mozart's dope too, bro. His
Mozart.
the way he rides a beat, and shout out to him. He got some love shown to him when he did the Latin album and shit. That him and
Mozart,
Steve
yeah.
Stylus.
People sleep on Mo because Mo's Mo. Like Mo's the type of,
But his
he's too
brother
good.
too. His
You know what I
brother
mean?
too.
He's an unstoppable
Dope
force
on
of
the
nature on his
beats.
own.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Steve Stylus.
Steve's a beast, man. They're all beasts. We're all beasts in our own way,
Dark
man.
shades, baby.
Shout out to Red Light too. Red Light
For
represents
sure.
that.
River Ave, baby.
Yeah, there's so many people that I could name, and you know, we could go on. The list goes on, but like I said, we need unity. We need like an album together, all of us. Even
Yo,
if
the reality of it, bro, the
What?
reality, peep this shit real quick, because Patchogue alone got a lot of dope artists. So even if you just dump Patchogue and Bellport together, you got like Jules Bowler, got Ra's son, got you, got Mozart, got Red Light, got Lyndon, and we all
Yo, and don't
everybody came together and put the shit together to have a show at Patchogue Theater. You know what I mean? Like
You're making me wanna rap
down
again.
now
by
we're talking.
on that, yeah.
Yo,
or
no,
the amphitheater, bro. Or
nigga,
the
I got dreams, nigga. I wanna, you know the gas station on River Avenue, right
Yes,
on the
sir.
corner.
Right on the corner,
I-
right.
I
right
always
by Jay
wanted to
Guzman.
I always wanted to shoot a music video on top of the fucking the
Oh,
you know where the under the gas, like
yeah.
man, I always wanted to be up top and have everybody in the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that. I like
man,
that shit.
But yo, real talk. I think we should, and the fact we're even talking about this is it. When you speak about shit, you just manifest it, right? I think we should get together and do something like that, or like, yo, how do we have the Great South Bay Music Festival in Patchogue every fucking year, but we have nobody from Patchogue representing it? You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
No, because they want
Like,
to just hear
we need
fucking
to,
like,
we need to get
folk
involved. We need to
singers and
get
shit.
involved in the communities we're in. And that's the only way we're going to change. Is it because we remember they used to say like, yo, you guys are the future. Well, that future is here. And yeah, our kids are our future. But right now we gotta use our voices.
We got to show our
come
kids
together
something.
and change
Yeah.
change the conversation that these people is having. Because we did all that shit that they trying. Like, you see the youngins trying to do the shit we used to do. And we been did it. Yeah.
Right.
But then
Isn't
again,
it
we
crazy
didn't want
when
to
you sound
listen.
like your parents?
But we didn't want to listen to nobody neither. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
But the reality of it, like within that shit, like we need to come together as just hip hop heads or just as the community of Patchogue to be like, yo, listen, the amphitheater, we're gonna have a fucking show here. It's not gonna be crazy like you guys think it is, because the police probably think that. Yeah, a lot of people think that, but like, yo, imagine seeing your name on the Patchogue Theater, Danny Cali tonight, Dark Shades fully
That'd be
loaded.
fucking, y'all
Dark
bringing
Shades
tears
fully
to my
loaded.
eyes.
You know what I mean?
That'd be some fire, bro.
Or 89 North or whatever, but I think we need to come together and really start that, just to have something that motherfuckers is doing on a Friday night.
no, I don't want to like downplay that idea, but there's a lot of hate and
Yeah,
people
like,
hate you in there.
Can't get
People
over the
hate you
fucking
in your own
past is what
town.
it is.
You know what I mean? Like people be like, oh, Danny Cali, I know him, but they're like, why would I go see him? Like
yo,
people love other people more from us. Like if I go to like Wisconsin, or I go to London, I go to
My boy was
Florida,
just saying this
He
shit.
just-
I go to
right here.
California, they're gonna love me more than my
My
own
nigga.
hometown.
my nigga.
You know what
yo,
I mean? And,
You
and
said the
that's
shit
sad.
before. You said the shit before in the last episode. You was like, yo, when you was like, yo, I'm gonna start rapping, niggas was looking at you like, huh? Like, yo, when God or the universe puts something inside you, he puts it inside you. You know what I mean? And sometimes the people around us feel like they too familiar with us.
Like shout out to
be
my
like, yo, he
shout out
gonna do it.
shout out
You
to
know
my
what I mean?
homeboy Leoncito. He's Argentinian. He raps in Spanish. I don't know Cat from a hole in the wall. One time I was in the studio and I saw him,
Right.
and I was like, I'm the type to collab, and he's like, yo,
Right.
you nice, and we work, we collab, we have a couple songs out, and it worked into my favor because he put me on the radio station in Argentina. I
See, that's
never,
fire.
and when I was on the station, I'm like, they're not gonna care about me, and they were loving me. They were like playing my record, and I'm like, wow, Patrick ain't playing shit about, ain't playing shit of mine.
I get
And
that.
it's crazy in Argentina. People in Argentina listening to me, and they thinking I'm like this
like you there.
You know what I mean?
One thing I'm gonna say about Long Island, I remember years ago, Mo took me up here, but I'm familiar with the place from the cop shop. I used to go up and see Ike Infamous at Street FM on WUSB, Stony Brook Radio. But Mozart took me up to Cut Supreme show one time.
Yeah, shout out to Cut Supreme.
Cut Supreme be repping his shit, and he's been faithful to that shit like for years.
And he be having real hip hop artists up in there. And
sure.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Cut Supreme. And he be rapping too, man. Yo, he be doing it too. But yeah, he's still doing it. Shout out to Cut Supreme.
For sure.
That was the first radio station I ever been to, I think. Up in Brookhaven? The Brookhaven.
No. Stony Brook.
Stony Brook. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Brookhaven is basically Patchogue.
Yeah, Patchogue, Bellport, East Patchogue, all that shit.
Like, but you know what? See, look, so let's just throw this idea in the air right now. We're just fucking manifesting some shit right now. We're like, this is the cauldron, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we get a fucking little mixtape going on, right? Get everybody in it. Basically squash all the beef right there while it's being recorded, right? Get everybody to make their shit. Streets of Rage, okay?
Streets of Rage.
I'm just throwing this out there because, like, if I can't rap with y'all, I'm gonna draw some shit.
Okay.
Drawing that cover, baby.
See, that's another aspect I like to get into. You don't necessarily have to rap to be part of anything.
Well, you know what they say.
No.
There's
Like,
five elements.
Who do you think's recording us? Who do you think's shooting the videos?
No, I get it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that
sure.
shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So
you want to be in the video.
Yeah, it's a machine. You got to shout out to, especially shout out to Fredo Beats. He's amazing.
Shout out to Fredo. Fredo been doing
it.
I heard a lot about him. Actually, from my cousin.
He's recorded probably half of Long Island, and For sure. But that's what people don't see. They just see like, oh, Danny Cali's a rapper. Like, no, there's people behind me like that put in work for me to sound decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just me. It's my
it's unity. It's my passion. It's an ominous fucking like its own shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just omnipotent. So it's everything in all together. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I respect it 110%. Like my biggest thing is like, that's why I be throwing out for a lot of free artwork and shit. And shout out to Lyndon because he really fucking paid me for his shit, But at the end of the day, I was just trying to get it out there. I love when I go listen to somebody's song, and I see my shit pop up on YouTube, and it's like, who do that?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that shit you did for Joey, Chad Guzman.
Yep.
Jose, it's his birthday, so happy birthday.
Yeah, happy motherfucking birthday. Hope to get you on here soon.
Happy motherfucking birthday, Jose.
Girl, it's your fucking birthday.
Yeah, I know he lit somewhere right now. But yeah, like everyone plays a part in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's like one
like look at
it's like amoebas and shit. Like
you
just
guys,
cells.
Yeah, look at you guys too right now. You guys are giving people platform to speak on for whatever we have going on. Like that, like I'm honored that you even thought about me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, like honestly, everybody I grew up with, like this is the biggest thing to me is that I want to I love the approach that people wonder what the fuck we're doing. People wonder like, oh, whatever happened to homie? You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to this? Whatever happened to that? And then we're able to show it, I hope that one day I'm interviewing people I never met, but this is always how I would like to start it.
Well, you know what? Every podcast got their like group of main people that they be having on.
Right. I hope to have you as a guest time and time again. As
time goes on, motherfuckers is gonna grow, right? Like that's just something like think about it. You're who you are now because of who you were 10 years ago. Like you're not the same person you are, but you're not.
I'm just saying, like we grew up getting condoms at the health center on Main Street and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking the paper bag, baby. You already know, bro. Come on,
This
fam.
nigga, this nigga's unwrapping in the rapper for real. Taking
You
it
know what I'm
back.
saying? Like, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is that's it's love, bro. It's like I want to see us all make it. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, the concept where everybody puts their minds together and their minds fuck and make a new baby. You know what I'm saying? And like, I want that shit to show our kids what the fuck they
Yeah.
could do if they just link up. We had to go through so much adversity and so much extra shit. Like, you know, like I've talked about this in several episodes, but I feel like people are gonna be very offended by the words that come out of my fucking mouth all the time and how I talk. But I'm tired of apologizing for who I am.
Nah, I
feel
never
me?
took offense. I like
You know, it's
people
like
like you, my nigga. I like people like you because you're being you.
yeah, but
You
it's
know
like
what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying. I'm
Like,
not trying to appropriate nothing. Like this,
yeah, like
I was
when,
fucking born in it.
yeah.
So
When you,
you know, my thing is I want to teach these kids. It's like they always wanted this the dream used to be this mixed race of everybody's everything, right? And now that we got it, we're calling them out like they're the fucked up ones.
mm-hmm.
But we're what they wanted. So you just wanted something to target. You get what I'm saying? I just want
Yeah,
to prove that we're all better. And words are just words.
yeah.
And
You
the
know,
place you're
I
from is
love.
where you're from.
You know, you never know who you're inspiring. You know what I mean? I
Bro, you
remember
just
being on.
inspired me, bro. You almost made me want to spill this beer out, bro. I'm like, I'm so fucking proud of you. I remember you drinking
No, I
40
mean,
and working out.
Do it, do
I
it.
remember. I
No,
remember
I'm
being on
drinking
the
it. Fuck
block.
that.
I remember being on the block.
Not yet.
I remember being on the block just rapping and shit and like thinking nothing of it, you know, just being dumb, just rapping. And these little kids that were in the same street were looking at me like I'm God MC, you know, 5,
But
6
it made
years,
you feel cool, right?
eight
Y'all
years
used to hype
later.
me up. Like, y'all
Yeah,
want to hear Camacho rap. And I'm like,
8
yo,
years
what?
later, I see him in the studio. I'm like, oh shit. And like they stuck to it because I don't want to say they saw me,
Just
but like,
inspired because yo, but
but they
But they
see.
saw someone
They
chasing.
saw someone do it and be like, oh, he could
Right.
do it. I could do it. You know,
Right. So,
look,
I mean,
someone could be
that's
dying to
powerful.
do, someone could be dying to do a podcast right now. And they don't got the fucking balls to fucking like, damn, like, I don't know if I should. And then they might see us three or, whoever. And they're like, damn, you know what? I'm going to start a podcast. Boom. You just inspired somebody. You know what I mean?
That's what I was
So,
telling you before, Dan. Fucking bro, like everybody's always told me I should do this because I love talking shit. I love running my fucking mouth, being extra. But I
yeah.
needed this nigga right here. He inspired me, bro. We started shooting the shit one day. It was like Destiny came, coming with the name for the podcast. I felt fucking like I felt called to call him and be like, bro, you've had the fucking name forever. And then boom, right there, shit just started clicking. Boom, 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 boom. So it's really doing more for me than it might be you.
Yeah.
You know what it is, bro? It's also like a fucking it's somewhere to be accountable to, right? And it's like therapy in a way. Bro. It's very therapeutic to just shoot the shit with your people
everybody right now that I didn't know.
and get concepts. Like my next question to you, Cali, was gonna be like, yo, what is your concept of God? And how did you get to that?
Oh, it's getting deep. I love it.
Hey, you want to get into that? I mean, damn, man, God.
It's okay. Be open.
I look at it like, there has to be a higher power. There has to be,
Nothing comes from nothing.
Yeah, it can't be just nothing. Like it can't be sporadic. Like it has to be logical. Look at the way we are and we think and the way we build and the way we multiply. Like there was a reason. There was something.
It ain't a coincidence.
Even if it was like fucking aliens, like who knows? Like,
but then there's a God alien to the aliens. So no matter what, there's something higher. So believing in a higher power.
The only thing that bothers me about God is like, then like who created God, right? Like,
yo, that's what fucks me up.
That fucks my head up because like that's why it's hard for me to be religious because you never like. Okay, you can believe God all you want, but then like who created God?
Peep this shit, right? Back in the day, there's somebody called Hermes, right? He also has another name. he also has another name called Thoth, right? And he wrote down something that's known as the 7 Hermetic principles, right? And what they are is basically the rules to the construct that we're in, this reality, this plane.
Right.
The first one is the principle of mentalism, which basically means all things is mind. The universe is mental, right? The second
Okay.
principle is the principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates.
Frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Then there's the principle of correspondence. Correspondence, which is as above, so below. As below, so above. Within, as within, so without. Everything has this this both, right? As within, so without, as without, so within, right?
Everything's parallel.
Yeah, right. Then this the fourth one is the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles, opposites, identical in nature, but a difference in degree, right? Then the fifth one is the principle of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing, right? Then
For
the
sure.
sixth principle is the principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens in accordance of law, right? And then the seventh one, I'm sorry, is the principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has masculine and feminine principles.
That's
Right?
for sure. That's for sure. Now,
so
let's
he
not plug
said-
that in a fucked
he
up way,
says-
but yeah.
He says this is the 7 principles. He did boil it down to the rules of this construct, right? Because everything does have everything got the art is balanced, right? So like many different cultures come to the same place, right? Like Hinduism, Buddhism,
Well, it's like
even
almost every goddess is
Christianity,
same in its own way.
they come to this place of try to find balance within you, right? So like Satan, God, right? Which is like, is Satan just God with a scary mask on? You know what I mean?
I believe so, because I feel like when the world ends,
Like
those
it's a
two are gonna
crazy
link up and be like,
concept.
"Good game, homie," and give a dap and try again.
This is a crazy concept to think that God, all powerful, all knowing, fucked up and made this miscreant, all powerful being that has the ability to tempt and torment, right? Like, how did God fuck up and make that?
Well, it's like 50 said, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
So, but the purpose of saying that is like, if God's really perfect, how do you make that?
See, that's why I love imperfection. Like
You know
when
what I
I
mean?
when I
And
was learning
and
how to draw, I do it with a
I
pen.
think
So if I
I-
fuck up, I could
Yeah.
fix it.
But I
No,
think
no.
I
Go
think
ahead.
we created like the idea of perfect. I don't think perfect is real. We
No, 'cause
just
sometimes
we-
there's justice involved that
we
is
want to believe
self-taught.
we want to believe in perfection, but there's no such thing as like when I'm doing the raps or any rap or any music, there's no perfect verse. There's no perfect
Right,
sound.
right.
Like,
Listen, I think
it's an ideal,
the most
idealistic.
perfect you could get is just being in the flow of whatever it is. Like they
So that's
call
one
it
of
the
the
Tao.
principles. I get
The
that. Like,
Tao.
yo,
The-
best quote I could think of. Sorry for interrupting. My father taught me this one thing, bro. He said it in Spanish. I can't remember it literally, like in Spanish, but in English, it translates to the sleeping shrimp get carried in the current.
The sleeping shrimp. Okay.
You feel me? So picture
Yeah.
just sitting in the fucking ocean. You're not making your own waves. You're just getting carried in whatever the fuck is relevant.
I see it. Okay.
So if you want to swim
against the
outside of that and be a shark,
the
you gotta do
type
your
shit.
thing.
Well, listen, I read this book, right? And it spoke on this concept of like life being like you're
You
on
miss-
you're on a conveyor belt in life, right?
Yo, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I just gotta plug my charger. I'm gonna get my charger. I'm
All
listening.
right, do what you do.
Charge it up.
So there's this concept of being on a conveyor belt in life, like thinking your
Okay.
life linear as a conveyor belt.
For sure.
And as you're on that conveyor belt, you meet people that influence you in the right or wrong direction, which take you off that conveyor belt and put you on theirs. So now you're going
the road.
throughout life on somebody else's path, right? And through life, if you're lucky, and I think the universe does send you messages or send you the same lesson until you learn, right? In different aspects. Like I dated the same girl like 4 or 5 fucking times with a different face until I
We all
realized, like,
been
yo, oh
there.
shit, that's not for me. That's not
Yeah.
for me. You know what I
Right,
mean?
for
Like, yo,
sure.
I can't even pick a good fucking vegetable. What I look like picking a woman. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is you go on these conveyor belts and people you meet will alter your route of life, right? And then
Right.
it comes to a point where you become mentally aware, right? Because we're physically born, right? But we're
Yeah,
not
for
mentally
sure.
born until
No,
you
we're
until
mentally
you dig
fucked.
deep and you find out within. And once you do that, like it's weird because a lot of cultures throughout the world get to this place, right? And they get through it through religion, right? Like people come to church. Why does church work? Because you're bringing a whole bunch of people together.
Religion for the
Yeah,
confused.
but listen to the concept. You're bringing a whole bunch of people together to pray, right? So that
Right.
energy is real. Same
It's the
reason why
secret.
you bring a whole bunch of people to school to learn. You're bringing that energy, right? So that's why those establishments work. But as you dig in, you figure out that life is really all about balance, right? And people get to it through different modalities, right? Through Buddhism,
That's true.
through Islam, through Hinduism, through however the fuck you get there. But the purpose, I think, of life, and it goes back to like the Egyptian mystery theory and all these like religions. Then you could go deeper into like, was the Anunnaki real? And there's some rabbit holes that you could go down and probably never figure out. But I think this purpose of life shit, bro, is really to just recognize that, like, yo, this shit. I think that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, right? That we were all fucking on a different realm somewhere, right? And this motherfucker said, yo, peep this shit, Cali. I created this game, dog. Right? It's gonna feel like it's a mad long time, but it's
No, I
gonna be
like
like
this
this
one. Go ahead.
quick. And you're gonna have mad, you're gonna experience every fucking emotion, good, bad, and it's crazy. It's like, yo, it's just, and then now we're here, right? Like I think weird about shit like this. Like maybe that light at the end of the tunnel is you coming out of another womb. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's just so much different ways to think of life and what the purpose is here, because there has to be something to learn here, right? Or you come back. Maybe you come back, right? But I
I
feel
think,
like
yeah, it's definitely something in full circle. If I
because
may interject.
the more you elevate your mind, like this shit is real. The higher you vibrate, like yo, if you wake up in the morning and
I
you
mean,
have,
it gets hard. It gets hard to talk, like, because like the more you, like you said, the more you elevate and educate your mind, then it doesn't become God no more. It becomes science. So you gotta figure it out. Like,
Yo, I
okay,
think they're
but
this
both the
is
same.
science,
science
It's the
this
is
same
science
shit.
God,
you know what I'm
right?
saying?
God is just the science we can't figure out yet, right?
Because like
So like,
if you talk to a scientist, you know, they're not necessarily religious. They're atheists
Right.
because they can explain everything you're wondering, you know. And then there's the ones that are the
Right.
opposite. They'll be
See, that's
like,
just fucked
well,
up. You
how
ever
do
seen the
you
movie The Life of Pi?
huh?
Life
You
of
ever seen the
Pi.
movie The Life of Pi?
No, I heard about it. Is that with the
Yo,
little boy in the
go,
boat?
yes, go peep this shit though. Let me explain something to
The
y'all real
tiger with
quick.
the tiger? Is there a tiger
Yeah,
on the boat?
yes. His name is what is it? Something Parker. Richard
I don't know.
Parker
I
is
just
his
I
fucking
just I,
tiger.
I just remember
But hear
always.
me out. The concept of this movie, when I saw it, I was like, this is how I've been thinking forever. He basically went and he learned every religion, okay? And he found what meant something to him from everything. And this is where my grasp of God comes, okay? I'm not disassociating the Bible. I am religious, but I don't believe in like barely any of that shit. Okay, it's a history book. Okay, so yeah, that shit may have happened, but it's irrelevant to the bigger picture. I always picture God. If I could picture a being in my mind, it's a translucent space octopus with billions of arms, bro. This is how I see it, bro. It's like a real
Yo,
acid trip.
Camacho, I'm gonna interrupt you right there. Number one, we
Go
got
for
3
it.
minutes left. Number
Oh,
two,
we need the
you
3
need to
minutes.
watch fucking Star Trek, bro. You're gonna see that in Star Trek, dog.
Bro, go finish Dragon Ball, and we'll be on the same wave, too. It's
Go check out Star
everything
Trek.
is everything. You get
Yo,
what I'm
Callie,
saying?
what are you doing? What are you doing tonight?
I'm here, man. I'm home. I'm home. My kid is sleeping.
I was gonna say, bro, I could fucking get you a studio session if you got a song you want to write or record. I got a little bit of money. We could, go fucking record it. Go record
I
a
like
theme
that.
song.
You throw me a
Yeah.
couple of those?
I'm with it. What studio?
One right in Patchogue. I would have to get an Uber over there unless you got wheels.
I got wheels, but I'm like, how
He said
accurate is
he's
this?
he's like, yo, I could do 11 o'clock.
Who, him?
10:30.
10:30. It is 10:30.
Yeah.
He said right now.
So if you want to do it, we could do it.
Yo, can you just
I
name the
can
song
do it.
Space Octopus, please?
I'll do that. Yeah.
Space octopus.
Yo, I'm fucking with it, bro. I like it. I like that. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Man, one thing I do want to know, just like when you die, I just want to one thing, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm more
Listen,
curious.
this is the
I'm
thing,
more
bro.
curious than.
But if you knew what happens when you die, you would live differently
Yo,
now, correct?
Listen, this is the thing. I don't think God's gonna take you if you don't embrace it. You gotta be ready to die at that moment, right? Otherwise, I don't think he's gonna take you. Now, I've done DMT before, and maybe
See, I'm
it's
scared to do that
interesting.
because I don't want to waste my pineal energy. You know what I'm saying? I've
I
done a
don't
lot
think
of
you.
other
I don't think you.
psychedelics.
If you do certain things like Kundalini yoga, you could actually raise it from down in your spinal fluid. You ever get a massage down here, and you almost feel like the fluid is racing up? But yo, for real,
What do you mean,
pal,
by
if
Leland?
you want to go, and pick me up, I live right by Chuck E. Cheese. They can go do a session.
Yeah. Well, how certain is this studio session? You just saying this?
100% right now. If you down, 100%.
I'm down. I'm down. I'm always down, man.
All right, so I'm gonna send you my address.
Yo, I want to see
Just
this
make sure-
result. Can you
Wait,
please
wait.
call it Space Octopus? Because I ain't gonna be able to be there with you. Make me some weirdo shit, please. I need it. I need that
Just name
shit, boy.
I'm gonna tell him to name the session Space Octopus.
All right,
Please.
this is about the dead. I'm about to send you my number and my fucking my address. Get ready, come through, and we'll go there. And we'll go there 11. We'll do like 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Well, what studio? The one in Patcho, right?
Yeah, right in Patchogue.
All
Run it. Run it. Run it. Run it.
right.
All right.
Love y'all.
Peace.